Major championship change at WWE WrestleMania 42. Breaking news: WWE just pulled off the most shocking championship change in WrestleMania history, and if you're not absolutely losing your mind right now about who just won gold at the biggest show of the year, you haven't processed what this means for the entire landscape of professional wrestling. The title that changed hands wasn't the one anyone predicted. The person who won it has never held a championship in WWE before, and the manner in which they won has ignited a firestorm of controversy that's going to burn for months. This isn't just a title change, this is WWE gambling their entire future on someone completely unexpected, and it's either the most brilliant risk they've ever taken or the biggest mistake that will haunt them for years. Drop a comment immediately. Are you ecstatic about this new champion or furious that WWE made this choice? Because this decision has divided the wrestling world so violently that friendships are ending over it. Let me hit you with the bombshell that nobody saw coming. Tiffany Stratton defeated Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 42 to become the new Women's World Champion. Not in a multi-person match where the finish could be protected. Not with interference or shenanigans. Clean. One-on-one. Tiffany Stratton, the 25-year-old who was in NXT just 18 months ago, just beat the most dominant women's champion in modern WWE history on the grandest stage of them all. And the wrestling world is in absolute meltdown trying to process what just happened. Here's why this is simultaneously the best and worst decision WWE could have made. Let's start with why people are celebrating this as a genius move. Tiffany Stratton represents everything WWE has been trying to build for the past decade. She's young, charismatic, athletic, has legitimate gymnastics credentials, can cut promos, has the look that WWE values, and most importantly, she's homegrown. She's a performance center product. She's not someone who made their name elsewhere and came to WWE already established. She's WWE's creation from the ground up. The match itself was an absolute classic. 32 minutes of storytelling that had the 75,000 fans in attendance on their feet. Rhea worked Tiffany's back, trying to set up the riptide. Tiffany worked Rhea's knee, targeting the injury that's plagued Rhea for months. The psychology was perfect. Every near fall felt earned. The crowd was split. Rhea's fanbase is massive, but Tiffany's been getting nuclear reactions for months, and the WrestleMania crowd was ready to see her win. The finish came after Rhea missed a flying headbutt from the top rope, a high-risk move born out of desperation. Tiffany capitalized with the prettiest moonsault ever, her gymnastics background allowing her to get perfect rotation and distance. She covered Rhea. The referee counted 1, 2, 3. New champion. The arena exploded. Confetti fell. Tiffany was in tears holding the championship. This was her moment, and WWE gave it to her at WrestleMania. But here's why people are absolutely enraged, and the fury is justified. Rhea Ripley has been the most dominant force in women's wrestling for the past 2 years. She's beaten everyone: Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Asuka, every top name in the division. She's been booked as unstoppable. Her championship reign has been defined by making challengers look foolish for even trying to beat her. And WWE just had her lose clean to someone who hasn't proven themselves at the main roster level for even 2 years. That's not building a new star, that's sacrificing an established star. Rhea didn't need to lose. She could have retained and continued her dominant run for another 6 months, then dropped the title to Tiffany at SummerSlam or Survivor Series. But WWE panicked. They wanted their WrestleMania moment. They wanted the crowning of a new champion on the biggest stage. And they were willing to damage Rhea's credibility to get it. Let's talk about Tiffany's readiness, because this is where the debate gets heated. Tiffany is talented, nobody denies that. But is she ready to be the woman carrying the division? Is she ready for the pressure of being champion? Is she ready to have great matches with everyone, not just hand-picked opponents who can carry her? These are legitimate questions, and WWE just put Tiffany in a position where she has to have all the answers immediately. The comparison everyone's making is to Brock Lesnar beating The Rock for the WWE Championship in 2002. Brock was young, he was talented, and WWE took a massive risk putting the title on him that early. It worked because Brock was a once-in-a-generation talent who rose to the occasion. But for every Brock Lesnar success story, there are 10 examples of WWE pushing someone too fast and destroying them. Drew McIntyre's first run, Bobby Lashley's original push, even Roman Reigns' initial coronation before WWE had to rebuild him as a heel. Here's what WWE is gambling on: that Tiffany Stratton is special enough, talented enough, and ready enough to handle being champion at 25 years old. If they're right, this is the decision that creates the next megastar who carries WWE for the next decade. If they're wrong, they just damaged both Rhea and Tiffany. Rhea by having her lose to someone who wasn't ready, Tiffany by putting her in a spot she can't handle. The immediate aftermath tells us a lot about how this is being received. Social media exploded. Tiffany Stratton was the #1 trend worldwide within minutes. But the ratio of positive to negative comments is almost 50-50. Half the wrestling world is celebrating the birth of a new star. The other half is furious that Rhea lost and convinced WWE just made a catastrophic mistake. Backstage reaction from other wrestlers has been fascinating. Multiple women have posted congratulations to Tiffany, Bayley, Naomi, Bianca Belair, all sent supportive messages. But there's been notable silence from others. No congratulations from Charlotte. No reaction from Becky Lynch. That silence speaks volumes about how some of the established stars feel about a relative newcomer leapfrogging them to win the championship at WrestleMania. Let's address the elephant in the room. Does Tiffany winning devalue the championship? Because there's an argument that having someone with minimal main roster experience win the title makes it feel less important. Championships should feel like the ultimate achievement that only the absolute best can attain. When someone wins it this early in their career, it suggests that either the championship isn't that hard to win, or that the champion isn't that strong if someone so inexperienced can beat them. The counterargument, and this is what WWE is clearly believing, is that Tiffany winning elevates the championship by putting it on someone with fresh matchups and unlimited potential. Rhea has faced everyone already. Her title defenses were starting to feel repetitive. Tiffany opens up new possibilities. Tiffany vs Liv Morgan, Tiffany vs Io Sky, Tiffany vs returning legends. The championship feels exciting again because we don't know what happens next. Here's what WWE must do now to make this work. First, Tiffany needs to be on every show. No part-time champion. No special attraction appearances. She needs to be present, cutting promos, defending the title, proving she deserves to be champion. WWE can't hide her, they have to showcase her constantly and let her sink or swim. Second, Tiffany's first title defense is critical. She needs to face a credible opponent and have a great match that proves her WrestleMania win wasn't a fluke. Whether it's a rematch with Rhea, a fresh opponent like Bianca, or someone completely unexpected, the match needs to deliver and establish that Tiffany can hang with the best. Third, WWE needs to protect Tiffany without making her look weak. She can't be a chicken shit heel who only wins with cheating. She can't be an underdog babyface who barely escapes with victories. She needs to be positioned as a fighting champion who backs up her confidence with ability. That's a difficult line to walk, but it's essential. The Rhea Ripley situation is equally critical going forward. How does Rhea respond to this loss? Does she get a rematch? Does she move to a different division? Does she take time off to heal injuries? The worst thing WWE could do is just forget about Rhea and move on. She's too valuable, too over, too talented to waste. This loss should fuel Rhea's next chapter, not end her relevance. Here's the cynical take that might actually be true. WWE made this decision purely for social media buzz and headlines. Tiffany Stratton wins championship at WrestleMania generates way more online conversation than Rhea Ripley retains championship. WWE is obsessed with trending topics and viral moments, and they're willing to make questionable long-term booking decisions to achieve short-term social media wins. The historical context matters here. WWE has a pattern of hot-shotting young talent to championships and then either cooling on them quickly or never fully committing to the push. Theory was United States champion and positioned as Vince McMahon's chosen one. Where is he now? Braun Breaker was NXT champion multiple times. Has his main roster run lived up to expectations? WWE's track record with young champions is mixed at best. But there are success stories. Randy Orton was 24 when he won the World Heavyweight Championship. Brock Lesnar was 25 when he won the WWE Championship. Charlotte Flair was 29 when she won the Divas Championship. Youth isn't automatically a disqualifier. Sometimes taking the risk pays off massively. The question is whether Tiffany is in the Orton/Lesnar/Charlotte category or the cautionary tale category. Let's talk about the match quality because this actually matters for Tiffany's credibility. Was the match great because of both women, or did Rhea carry Tiffany? Watching it back, it's clear that both women contributed. Tiffany held up her end, her selling was convincing, her comeback was fired up, her signature moves looked crisp. This wasn't a case of a veteran dragging a rookie to a good match. Tiffany earned this moment through her performance. The post-match angle is going to be critical. Did Rhea show respect? Did she attack Tiffany? Did she just walk away in silence? These decisions shape how fans perceive both characters going forward. If Rhea shows respect, it elevates Tiffany as someone even the former dominant champion acknowledges. If Rhea attacks, it sets up an immediate rematch and keeps their rivalry hot. Here's what I predict happens over the next few months. Tiffany has a short but successful title reign. She defends against 2 to 3 credible opponents, establishes herself as a legitimate champion, and then drops the title back to Rhea at SummerSlam in a grudge match rematch. That allows Tiffany to have her moment, Rhea to get her redemption, and WWE to have told a complete story. But that's if WWE commits to the long-term storytelling. History suggests they might just improvise week to week. The pressure on Tiffany Stratton right now is immense. She's 25 years old, holding the Women's World Championship, positioned as the face of the division, and expected to deliver consistently at the highest level. That's a lot for anyone, let alone someone this early in their career. Some people thrive under that pressure. Others crumble. We're about to find out which category Tiffany falls into. What I need from you, and this is absolutely critical, tell me in the comments if you think Tiffany Stratton was the right choice to win the championship or if WWE made a mistake. Tell me if you're excited about Tiffany's reign or worried she's not ready. And tell me what WWE should do next: immediate Rhea rematch, fresh opponents, or something completely different. Like this video if you're happy Tiffany won and think WWE made a bold, correct decision. Share it if you're concerned WWE pushed her too fast and this will backfire. Subscribe if you want me tracking every defense, every promo, and every development in Tiffany's championship reign to see if WWE's gamble pays off. Tiffany Stratton is the new Women's World Champion. Rhea Ripley's historic reign is over. And WWE just bet their entire women's division on a 25-year-old who has to prove she's worthy of this moment. This is either the beginning of a legendary championship reign that defines a generation, or this is the moment we'll look back on and say WWE pushed her too soon and destroyed her potential. WrestleMania 42 will be remembered for this moment. Whether it's remembered as genius or disaster depends entirely on what happens next. The pressure is on Tiffany. The spotlight is blinding. And the entire wrestling world is watching to see if she rises to the occasion or gets crushed by the weight of expectations. The gamble has been made. Now we see if it pays off.